Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chris, and here we talk about business, candle making, and how to boss up. And today we're going to be talking about wick testing. I know wick testing is so tedious, but as candle makers, it's something that we need to do in order to make the best candles, because we're making the best candles. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of the mistakes that I made during wick testing and how you can rectify it. Some people don't know that wicks can really play a big part in how well your candle does as far as scent distribution and how well your candle fills a room. Sometimes a wick too big can create soot, and sometimes a wick too big can create smoke, and it just won't distribute your fragrance right. And sometimes a wick too small can really hurt your fragrance oil as well. So that's why it's so important to choose the perfect wick for your vessel. And if you're switching containers often, you're gonna have to test your wick in each of those containers. And also, if you're using different waxes, you're gonna have to test your wicks in different waxes, because some waxes have higher melting points. Like a parasoy has a higher melting point than a pure soy wax. And depending on its melt point, the bigger your wick will need to be in order to melt your wax down. So let's get into it. Some people may ask, is wick testing necessary? And I say yes, because if you don't test your wicks, having a wick that's too big can hurt your candle, and having a wick too small won't fill the perimeter of your candle. So I'll be showing you guys some examples of some wicks that I used and tried that weren't great wicks. And it also depends on if you're making candles for yourself or your family members or friends, or if you're making these candles to sell. Because if you're making these candles to sell, we need to be making safe candles. And in order to make safe candles, we need to test properly in order to do that. So let's get into some of the candles that I've made that I fucked up on. So here we go. The first candle is this one. As you can see, it was too small. It didn't melt around the perimeter, and it's almost down to the bottom. So I'm gonna definitely need to wick up. And I believe this is an Eco 2. I think this is Eco 2 wick. But as you can see, it didn't burn all the way around. And I can probably imagine, I don't remember, but the scent wasn't very strong in this candle. The next candle that I'm gonna be showing is a candle that isn't bad, but I feel like I should wick up because it ain't the best candle, and we making the best candles out here. We trying to make the best candles. So this one, I'm definitely gonna have to wick up. As you can see, it did melt around the perimeter, but if you see, it didn't melt it entirely. So I could try to test this again, but I don't know, it might not be consistent. So I want consistency, and I think I'm probably gonna have to wick up. This is an Eco 8 wick that I tried in this 8-ounce jelly straight jar. So yeah, and as you can see, the wick is curling, so that's not a good sign. There is no soot though, so that is good. Another thing that I like to do is label my candles after I make them. That helps me with remembering what fragrance, how much fragrance oil I put in this candle, what amount of wax that I put in this candle, the date. As you may know, if you're making soy candles, it's a 2-week cure time before you should light it to get the best version of the candle. So I like to date it as well, so I know when I made it. So when 2 weeks comes, I can test it and I'll know for sure that that time has passed. Also, I like to write this on each candle to make sure if I like this recipe, I can recreate this candle, because we making the best candles. And if you make a gang of candles and you don't label them, you won't remember which candle is which, what you put in which, what temperature you poured out, what temperature you added the fragrance oil. So in order to make the best candles, we need to label the candles to make sure whatever ones stand out are the ones we should recreate. So I hope you found this helpful. I know wick testing can seem so tedious, but like I said, we making the best candles, and in order to make the best candles, we need to test to see what works and what doesn't work. So I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know how y'all are testing your candles, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all next time.
Tell me I can trust you.